most overrated players in football.
Vinny is 100% overrated.
You think?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, when he's on form, do you not think he's rated, for example?
Yeah, when he's on form. That's an inconsistent player. So that means he's overrated.
Overrated. Fair.
Form is temporary, class is permanent.
Speaking facts right there. Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of the Dub Sessions podcast, presented by me, James Double, aka LFC_J Dubs, and my brother
Ben Double, aka Dubs_LFC.
It's not normal. Have you changed it?
No, it's been that the whole time on the app, and I didn't realise.
No, has it?
Yeah, Dubs LFC is just my thing, isn't it? It was, and then that is Dubs, and then I think my app is Dubs_.
You're lying. 38 episodes and your name's not even Dubs LFC. I could have said LFC J Dubs. LFC_J Dubs. No, I do say that. I can't believe you've been lying to 1,000 viewers this whole time. What are you doing?
Where do you think we got them from?
What?
They're probably all there anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
Yeah.
They probably all are aware. But still, that's beside the point. I cannot believe you lied to all the people.
Oh, I'm sorry, people.
For 38 straight episodes.
I'm sorry.
One thing I will say is how professional we were at getting the podcast out in a good time last week. Didn't we? Didn't it take 2 days?
Are you trying to... Is that a dig at me?
What do you mean? That was actually a praise for once. What was this?
Yeah, so you're digging at me like I take too long to edit it previously?
No, I'm more talking about it takes me about 2 weeks to upload the actual video after you've done it. Anyway, we're going to move on. How's life? How's things? How's the lack of footballing life?
It's warm.
It's warm. Very warm here today.
Very warm.
We're talking, what, 24s, is it?
25, I think, today, but 25. I know the
25.
cities will be hotter.
Yeah, we're a bit lucky down here in Cornwall. Lovely blue skies, lovely summer vibes, really. But I can imagine it's quite humid in main city towns. But yeah, you're busy at work. Or not busy at work.
Not busy,
because
it
it's
feels
sunny.
like a greenhouse. Hot.
You were about to say a sauna, but I
Drain.
changed it to a greenhouse.
No.
Oh, okay, fine, whatever. Quick summary of today. We'll round off with moment of the week, which I think we've got a submission or two.
I know we got Sammy.
That was my A submission, so thanks for ruining that. And a little game of controversial questions, which I've got just a load of questions to ask. You give your opinion. It was basically quick fire. And you actually have to be quick fire because you have the opportunity to come back and explain it for key ones later. So quick fire answers, no dilly-dallying, and we'll pick the ones.
You just want to record me saying a controversial thing and then putting that up on Twitter, don't you?
Do not ruin our marketing strategy. What are you doing? Don't let them see behind the curtain. I need you clickbaiting rubbish opinions for TikTok.
Rubbish opinions?
I need you clickbaiting shit opinions for TikTok.
Shit opinions?
We'll review the fixture list because that came out. I actually wanted to.
We have indeed got a really easy start according to Arsenal fans.
Yeah, just doing your classic thing of spoiling the pod before we.
Oh, did you actually know we got the hardest one out in the first 10 games?
Yeah, you continue to spoil it. It's absolutely fine. We'll move on. But first, I did want to have a quick chat about.
Kwanzaa's moving on as well.
We can have a quick chat because I wasn't going to have a chat about transfers at all. So
what?
My first
It's
chat.
transfer window. Nothing else is going on.
Well, I was going to talk about Club World Cup and it relative to the fixture pile-up and all the fixture discussions and what we would do. Difference is how bad it is that it's every 4 years relative to what teams actually play and those sort of things. We'll see what falls out. But
you're out.
First, yeah, fine. But first,
you hate me today.
You mentioned Quasar.
Yeah.
Go on, elaborate.
He's going Leverkusen for 34 mil. That's 40 million euros.
Has it been announced by anyone credible yet?
Fabrizio.
Oh, is it? I didn't realise that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just rumours at this point.
Only personal terms agreed.
Nice. What's your vibe?
If we get Guy, or however you say it.
Guy.
Yeah, from Palace then, yeah. I think that's an upgrade.
Upgrade, but for potential? Like Quasar arguably...
What, is 22?
High ceiling?
He's 24.
Yeah.
Already captain that's won an FA Cup.
Yeah, but it could be a higher ceiling, eh?
Could be. If I was, I would sell on. I would include a sell-on clause and a buyback clause.
I would definitely include the buyback, and to be fair, yeah, Salah as well, because 4 years and he's in peak. If he bulks out a bit and gets a bit of stature like Virgil,
there is talent there, but obviously
huge talent there. Like kept Kanate out of the season, out of the squad for a season, and we rate Kanate very highly.
that's just down to him being injured, though, wasn't it?
To an extent, yeah, but I think when he came back, Quansel still was the reason he stayed out.
Yeah.
Like, I would definitely say that. Anything else transfer before we move on?
Well, Verts is in
Flory
Liverpool.
on Friday basically happened.
Well, it's about to happen
Well, it's Thursday.
tomorrow.
Oh, so Flory on Friday.
He's he's in Liverpool now. His
Ah,
plane landed about 4 hours ago.
so they're actually
About
going
2
to
hours
do
ago.
it. Damn, it's happening. Awesome.
Do you see he was on a holiday with
100
Frimpong?
mil. Yeah. And I saw there was just like banter about comments and stuff.
Oh, are we talking about Trent's disaster class or not?
Yeah, so that's part of the Club World Cup. So we'll move on.
The rat was ratting.
Might as well start there, I guess. So
Diabolical.
I had a poor start, didn't he?
Absolutely diabolical.
Did you see any of it? You just heard about it.
The highlights.
I heard he had 12 lost possession, which someone said.
And one of
much
them
doesn't
was
matter.
leading to a goal.
Oh, a disallowed goal.
Was it disallowed?
Yeah,
Oh, they're lucky.
yeah, that
He's
goal got
lucky.
disallowed. The one with the header, and then
Yeah.
that's all disallowed. But
People were bringing up the fact that he just even the last couple of years his athleticism just isn't there anymore. Like he's never been the quickest, but it's like he's got slower.
is that lack of effort because
Like it wouldn't
just
be on
being
his first
pulled
debut
out?
for Real Madrid.
Oh yeah, but if you're gassed because you haven't been trying for a year and then can't keep up with the pace, sort of thing.
He'll just get dropped. So I don't think it's lack of effort. Maybe he
No,
just
no, no.
doesn't have
I'm
it.
saying lack of effort for a year and then not being
I
up
see
to
what you mean.
speed.
Yeah, probably to be fair. 'Cause he didn't try and train and Slot pulled him off on that.
Yeah. And Xabi Alonso called him out afterwards, saying he needs to get up to the standards and the intensity, sort of thing.
Do you see Mbappe's in hospital and
Yes, gastroenteritis.
something? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I find the Club World Cup really interesting. The fact they raced him in and he had a poor game and now effectively going to be chastised for it. Like he'll get given chances, and I don't think he'll be
No, I
chastised
think they'll give it
internally.
again.
Yeah, but the fans online have
Some have, yeah.
like had massive uproar about it all, and I just wonder the mentality around.
We
bringing
only
play-
see Liverpool's
well,
really.
well, flip it again. Turkey.
Yeah, he was. He's been getting shit as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
So again, City put him straight in, not embed him, not give him a chance, playing against a weaker opposition again. Like no offense to Al Hilal, and I can't remember the man.
So that was not that bad.
No, exactly.
They're probably a mid-table Prem team.
But relative to Trent's caliber and Real Madrid, like shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah.
Relative.
The City's
And to look poor, and then City's as well.
City's was yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then for Turkey to not show up at all, everyone obviously jumped straight on his back, and I think that's just because of all the banter that went on with the price tags and
100%.
stuff. But is it more added pressure when you do this? When there's a
100%.
tournament which supposedly means something, and you chuck them straight
I'm
in?
just glad we're not in it.
Yeah. Would you ever want to be in it? So we'll move on to that sort of discussion. I'm also glad we're not in it, especially at this point in our journey
Rebuild.
with slot and rebuild and everything like that. I'm really happy we're not.
I don't see this significant. It's just extra games for no reason. It's gonna be an extra major trophy, I suppose, but
Can you name anyone that's ever won it?
this is the first time.
Is it the first one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it had been done before.
No, because the Club World Cup was like what we won.
Oh, that was that, but they've changed it.
They've changed it to
I
this.
see. Okay, I didn't realise that was what was happening. Fair. So, how would you do it based around fixtures in general? So you got everyone got their own leagues, different times a year. You've got all of the other international tournaments.
Well, this is the only time they can do it, isn't it?
What in between two international tournaments in the summer?
Yeah.
Is there any point in it?
No. Extra games for no reason, just money.
And money for who? Because I don't think it's players.
Oh no, it's not players because they don't get
or
any of
teams.
an extra.
I think there's a one. Is there 1 billion prize pot?
Yeah, well, teams will probably get it, but
Yeah.
players won't.
And then
They'll be the ones injured.
what's the integrity in it? And that's not to have a pout about it because I'm happy Liverpool won there, but it's held the year where Liverpool champions aren't in it.
No, go further than that.
What do you mean?
Barca aren't in it. They're champions of La Liga. Napoli aren't in it. They're champions of
Oh,
Serie A.
so the only champion is PSG
Yeah.
and Bayern. Mad. I didn't realise neither
All
of those.
three
were.
champions of 3 of the top 5 leagues, aren't there?
And like, I understand
mad.
why it's every like
Oh yeah,
over
100%.
the past 4 years to get a big enough pool, but surely the season you're playing in
Yeah.
has to be taken into account because you're talking about the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
Are into there.
I don't know.
'Cause
It must be.
If Inter aren't even there, that's like the best people. Yeah, they are there.
United are there, though, aren't they?
United,
Pretty sure United are there,
Man United,
aren't they?
no, they're in
Who
Australia,
said
aren't
that
they?
to me? Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, definitely not. I don't think anyway. Maybe I'm chatting crap. But yeah, I also agree that I don't see the point of it
No.
from a point of view of it's just more games and it will weaken the bigger teams in the other competitions again. Like you think players are going to have a month off after the end of this if you go all the way to the final. They have about a month until the new season starts. So they're probably going to have 2 weeks,
2 weeks, yeah.
3 weeks holiday and then a week of pre-season and probably not be fit.
And this is why I'm buzzing.
I mean, yeah,
We're
this is
going
why
back
I'm
to back.
You think based on that? Like obviously
There's
Arsenal,
another
Arsenal are
factor.
with us.
Oh, Arsenal don't care. They're going to shoot. They're dog shit. Honestly, they are dog shit.
Why?
I'm more worried about City again.
Yeah, but why the complete disregard for that?
They've regressed once. They're going to regress again. They're not going to change anything.
Will it not be regression to the mean of going the other way though? Would they not come
No.
back and be
No.
better? No?
Because their play style won't change back to what it was.
What if they get the striker they need?
They won't. Isaac. That's the striker they need.
Okay, what if they get a Sesko?
No, he's not good enough.
No?
No.
Because we've said the whole time all they need is a semi-decent striker. They need like a Watkins or someone like that. I feel like Sesko could put in similar numbers to Watkins.
Yeah, but he's not.
I wouldn't discard them entirely.
No, they'll come third.
They kick on another year. Everyone's a year older. Different frailties
They will
show.
come third.
So there'll be other things.
I'm not like disregarding that they're going to actually dog shit. I'm just calling them dog shit because they're dog shit.
Yeah, no, I get that. I was obviously just trying to get into that a bit more.
They're dog shit compared to us when we go unbeaten.
What do you mean? We're going to go invincible? You're already throwing that out there. Nice.
Mate, if we get Isaac, it's done.
Oh, come on.
It's done.
If we get another centre back, fine. I'm with you. But
if we get Guy and Isaac
and another holding midfielder.
No, I
Grav's
yeah
rotation needed.
Yeah, I know it'll be Maka.
Okay, and then Maka's rotation.
It'll be Shobo.
That's where it gets weak, though.
No, how?
Like Shobo can't do what Maka does, though.
Yeah, but he's an 8.
Yeah, fine, but he can't do what Maka does.
That's why Verts is in front of him.
I know, not saying an attacking point of view. I'm saying defensively.
He can on the press.
Maka's a little workhorse. Yeah, but Maka
he works harder
like that.
Yeah, but this is what I mean.
Like defensively, just defensive ball playing an innate.
Yeah, but we don't see Shobo doing that because he's not in there.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
I just don't know.
Shobo's faster than him. Shobo presses more than Maka does.
Yeah, so you're saying press. I'm not on about pressing.
That is the defensive work.
The doggedness, the Argentinian in him.
Yeah, Shobo's got that.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting. I wouldn't say it.
And I don't think we'd play Maka in the 6. I think we're more likely to play Maka in a 6 when we're against a low block team anyway. And we play Maka, Shobo, and Verts.
That's fine.
And that's when we rest Grav. And then Grav will play in the bigger game. So it's Grav, Maka, Verts. Or we go 2-10s if we don't get Isaac.
What's the difference defensively between Shobo and Verts and Shobo and Curtis Jones? Because we know we've struggled when it's been those two.
What do you mean?
Like defensively, if Shobo's in the 8
yeah,
and Curtis is in the 10.
Yeah.
Or on the right side, and then we have Grav in the mid. Sometimes we've struggled.
It won't be Grav there. That's what I'm saying. Mac's there. So Mac will be the 6.
Oh, so you're not Mac's playing the whole time?
This is the rotation for Grav, not Mac.
Okay, and then who's the rotation for Mac?
Shobo or Jones.
So this is what I'm saying. So then we get back to where I was at. Of you have Shobo, Verts, and Graf.
Yeah, so if you do that, it just depends what game you're playing, doesn't it?
Okay.
You're not going to do that in big games.
No, obviously not.
You're not
I was
wrestling map in
just
big
intrigued
games.
from a point of view of like I hold Mac's ability to break up play and be a little
Yeah, I mean, you won't
terrier.
need that in that style against
Huh?
promotion teams, basically,
Fair. Yeah, it's fine. Just
and League
interested.
Cup games and all that kind
Just
of stuff, isn't
interested.
it?
A couple of shot results. Obviously, we discussed the Real Madrid 1-0. Disallowed goal from an offside could have been worse. They had a penalty saved in the last minute from Valverde. Interesting the struggle there initially, but I can probably tell that it's just they're the type to treat this as a bit of a warm up rather than actual going for it. I think. Do you think?
They haven't won anything this year, have they?
No. But Xabi Alonso bedding in. I don't think they're thinking shit. 1-0 against Al Hilal, we're done for.
No, but they still want to win it.
Yeah, but
I think them more than others. I think City as well because they haven't won anything this year.
do you think they'll deep that result too much?
No.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And then Bayern 10-0 over Auckland City, which is
Saying that an upset.
well, not an upset, just a shock result. Call
Do you
it.
see Elise say after the game?
No.
They said, oh, it's something along the lines of, do you think it's unfair on the other team or do you feel sorry for the other team? And he's like, no.
I mean, that's almost respectful, though, really,
Yeah.
because like they came to play football and they're like all have everyday jobs, don't they? Like that team, Auckland. But does the 10-0 have much standing, like record breaking Club World Cup
Well, he said the
result?
goal difference. I think the manager said the goal difference could be crucial.
Oh, okay. No, I mean the actual result though is like how much. I can't think of the word. How much like substance does it have to it because of
Nothing.
no?
That's like Bayern Munich playing us.
What do you mean that's like Bayern Munich playing us?
You just said they were different jobs. So it's like Bayern Munich playing against us, our mates.
Oh, us. I thought you were on about Liverpool. We're doing a
No.
Liverpool podcast and you say us.
No.
You mean
Me and you.
me and you? Yeah, well, we wouldn't lose 10-0.
It'd be 50.
It might be 50. And the last thing I'll say is the attendance and the hype around it.
That's because you don't have Liverpool, Arsenal, Barca. Like
Huge names in sport in America. Because it's obviously
Yeah.
hosted over
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
So
100%.
those are the bigger names.
And also, like, another thing is, like, obviously, Americans follow Messi at the moment quite a lot. Even if they don't support Inter Miami,
Mhm.
they will probably still follow Messi.
Yeah.
And you haven't got Barca there, which they would have probably followed back and gone and watched videos.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, absolutely. Would you prefer new or old format so far?
what, to the Club World Cup?
Yeah.
Just old format. They don't need to make it a massive spectacle.
No?
We don't need another one like that.
And
Why make a Club World Cup when we have the World Cup for countries? Like, you don't need to try and recreate it.
yeah, fine. I was wondering if you would care about giving shock results to the likes of an Auckland.
No, it could matter for them.
I just wonder if there's a way to.
But is it technically in the middle of their season?
I don't know.
It might be in the middle of the MLS season because theirs is different than ours.
MLS. I was on about Australia one.
Yeah, no, but Auckland maybe think about Inter Miami again
Alright, fair.
because they're there. Maybe Portland Timbers, maybe.
Maybe. I don't
But
know
yeah,
when it
I know a couple of American teams are.
might be coming up to their season because I think they actually finished in like January, February, didn't they?
I don't know. But yeah, I just think it's too many games.
And then
Like, I get pissed off at fucking. How many international rates we got?
should teams boycott it if it stays where it is? You think they're going to have back to back to back international cups 1 year off back to back to back?
I personally struggled to put any importance to it when you got teams. No offense to Auckland, like Auckland in there. You can't compare it to Champions League and stuff, can you? Like at all?
No.
Like yeah, some of the teams aren't up to the caliber of, but they've won their leagues there. And because like yeah, all the talent goes to Europe from everywhere across the world. Like
That's why
that's
Europe's
why,
big. Yeah.
and that's why go. That's why the World Cup nationally works, because like the Brazilians go to Europe to play club football, but they all come back as Brazil, so they still have the best players, whereas all the Brazilians have left.
And then you have elements where, even if I think just using the Australian thread, you have elements like Cahill, who was a player in Europe and came home and helped Australia succeed.
Well, look at
So it's the better way to do it.
Norway now.
Combination. What do you mean?
Haaland and Hedegaard.
Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. It's like a way for them to succeed as a country, as a nation, and everyone get behind each other. But I don't think the hype's
the only good thing. So it's good for those lower teams, obviously. I think it's a waste of time for the higher teams because of the injuries, too many things and stuff. But then I suppose they're using it as squad rotation as well, aren't they?
I was about to say
they're using it as a
how
pre-season.
much would you rotate?
These teams probably won't have a pre-season tour.
Yeah,
that's
kind of what I was saying about Real Madrid is them using it as
as the pre-season tour.
Yeah, and then how much would you rotate? So come back to my first question about would you put debutants in because of the increased pressure?
Depends
Arguably, it's the perfect time to put them in because it doesn't actually mean
unless you're against Madrid
a crazy amount. Yeah, fine. But so would you have played Frimpong?
Yeah, well, you can say that about any of them. A lot because they're going to be starters.
Yeah, fine. What, Bradley or Frimpong?
Both of them. I've had this.
This isn't even a quick fire question, but that's a good question.
We aren't going to have a starter.
Okay, we're going to have a system. Whatever system.
Frimpong's going to be low block. Bradley's going to be harder teams to challenge. That's what it is because Frimpong's so attacking.
Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. And Simi and Kirk similar. If Robert goes,
I think Kirkes will play more.
Just both ways, sort of thing.
I think Kirkes is more solid, whereas on the other side you got two varying.
And if we go 3 at the back, I think we'll still potentially go 3 at the back against.
If we get going, that's definitely happening. That is a possibility as well.
And it's just another rotation, though. Yeah. I mean, I say that, and then 90% of the season, Slot plays with Virgil at the back by himself. So maybe it's not even worth discussing. But have to move on. Anything else to say about the Club World Cup? So go on to the fixture list. I don't have the actual.
Is it Bournemouth?
We got Arsenal third.
Third, yeah. Bournemouth, Newcastle.
Right, I got that. The picture.
Bournemouth, Newcastle, Arsenal, Everton. Oh no, it'd be Bournemouth. Don't tell me. Bournemouth. It's gonna be promotion. Bournemouth, Leeds. Bournemouth, Leeds, Arsenal, Newcastle, Everton, Newcastle.
Oh, this is a different one than I've seen. This is last year. Last year. Is that what they did to me? No, this is just last year's. Annoying. Should have got this up ahead of time, shouldn't I, really?
Yeah, you naughty boy.
Last year's again. Because ours is the hardest.
Yeah, so.
No, same one again.
Same one.
24, 25. Ours is the hardest. What's it? First 10 games. But I think I've seen United's is the first hardest 5.
Oh, that's on there. But we get to see what it is.
Yeah, so it's Liverpool. So
Bournemouth, Newcastle, Arsenal, Burnley,
Everton, Palace, Chelsea, United, Brentford, Villa, City, Forest. Whereas on Arsenal, you've got United, Leeds, Liverpool, Forest, City, Newcastle, West Ham, Fulham, Crystal Palace.
That's similar, though.
It is similar.
You've got to play fucking every team twice anyway. It doesn't even matter.
Do you believe that? Because that's actually a really interesting discussion point, which I do actually somewhat agree with a lot of the discussion around it. I think it does matter when you play teams.
It can.
Come back.
I don't believe on the streak. I don't believe a set of hard games because it doesn't even matter full Prem. We can say oh, they're hard 5 weeks in a row. It doesn't even matter because there's going to be Champions League games. There's going to be league games. It literally does not matter.
So
every game is going to be a hard game with the best league in the world.
I was going to throw back to
the only easy games are probably promoted teams at the moment. No
Well,
offense.
you say that. I was going to throw it back to City, Chelsea, who are in the Club World Cup at the minute. Would you not want to start off against a Chelsea who've just been burnt out and played in the Club World Cup and haven't had the fitness, hadn't had the rest, and you're fully prepared after a pre-season?
Yeah. At the same time, I'm glad we got
You would rather
Bournemouth
them
first.
play them then than
I'm glad we got Bournemouth.
why? Because their best players taking and they need to rebuild.
3 of the back lines gone.
Yeah. Right. And we took the person that made the back line as well in
Yeah.
Richard Hughes. We'll run through it then. So Liverpool have officially the hardest average opponent ranking in the first 10 games. Starting 3 are probably the worst part of that. One thing I noticed throughout the whole fixture list, last year we had a death run where
Yeah, it's even this year.
it's
The
2
whole year.
2 off, 2 2 off, 1 on, 1 off.
Yeah.
I think the only ones that I've made note of which are trickier in and around, I think it's October, it's when we play Villa back to back with City, back to back with Forest. I'm adding Forest
Back
in
to
there.
back. What do you mean? Just Villa
Weekend back.
Forest.
Yeah. Back to
Forest will drop off this year.
Yeah. So I've only included Forest because they were our kryptonite last year. We couldn't get a win against them. They'll probably drop off, but including for the sake of it, it could be a mentality thing. That's also where Champions League games are.
Yeah.
So there's a chance you get Villa back to back, Real Madrid back to back, City back to back, PSG. But there's a not a high chance. There's a chance you have that quality caliber in that, and that could be a mini, what we call a death run. But I think last year was about 11 games in a row, which were all like really hard.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't even.
So I think
the hardest time would be when Salah goes.
So that's AFCON. Is that December through to January?
He misses Arsenal.
Yeah, but I think it's close to the end of Arsenal's like at the tail end of it, I think.
No, I think it's the start.
Okay,
I think it's January to Feb.
Yeah, I thought that, and I googled it. It starts in December, supposedly.
Oh.
I'll get it again.
I always thought it's January to like March. Have you got all the way through? January, Feb.
Yeah. So
18th of Jan.
21st December to the 18th of Jan, and I want to say Arsenal is like
also
just past
the
that.
thing is, if we get through to if either us or Arsenal get through to like the semis of the League Cup, that'll get postponed probably. It's normally that weekend.
Oh yeah, that was it as well, wasn't it? Yeah, that was that saying as well.
Can you imagine if it gets postponed because we got Arsenal in the League Cup semi-final?
But yeah, right. The last time we had to face Arsenal without Salah, we won.
In the last 4 meetings, Salah's only played once.
Oh, is he? I'm mad. Why? Do you know why? Injuries and whatnot.
I'm guessing so.
And they say that we always miss the teams with good players. And literally, Ballon d'Or deserving player is going to miss it again.
I don't think if we get Isaac, it won't matter as much.
What? Salah? Because we got
Verts great for him.
Somewhere else, yeah. Obviously, we've already discussed it. No game's easy, especially in the Prem. But the fact that we don't have those death runs, I've put one at the end as well of
that's why can I
United,
just jump
Chelsea, Villa at the back end of the season, last 3 of the last 4 of those 3 in a row. So that could be, if it's crunch time and down to the wire, those 3 in a row could be bad.
We would have won it by then.
Yeah, fine. But if we haven't,
we would have won it by then.
Okay, whatever. What are you going to jump in with?
Going back to us being the best league in the world, Bournemouth, out of all the teams, those 3 defenders for Bournemouth who finished 9th have gone to Madrid, PSG, and Liverpool.
Who is the PSG one? It's the right back.
No, it's right centre back, I think.
That's right centre back. Yeah. Well, it's just proof, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
And I think someone used it as an example of how it's not the best because they wanted to move. And I was like, they've all moved to champions or fighting teams. What were you saying? You're saying about... Yeah, I lost my train of thought now. Anyway, so first game of the season. So ours is Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Obviously lost their back line and Richard Hughes. Do you see them as much of a threat?
Richard Hughes? That's been done for like over a year.
Yeah, but he rebuilt their team there half.
Yeah. But they lost him last year.
Yeah, but they didn't have to rebuild last year.
They still missed 2 transfer windows.
What do you mean? So
and they bought Huijsen last year.
Did they?
Huijsen wasn't There were
Kirkitz was though,
yeah, Kirkes was a
and
rich
the other guy
issues.
probably was as well,
Yeah,
and quite a few of the backroom staff and quite a few of the players were.
yeah. I'm not doubting that, but I don't think rich issues not being there is an issue.
Fair, fine.
But I still think we win.
And then the other interesting thing was United versus Arsenal on the first day. Is that literally just because of how low United placed? Normally that wouldn't happen. Normally you don't have top six against each other.
To be fair, I predicted something with chat GBT.
Hmm.
I was asking like their predictions, and they had Arsenal United on the first day, and I was like, "That's bullshit. I'm not using that one."
Why didn't you use it? It's probably based on actual stats and
They
16th
had
versus
it. They
second
have it
or
on
whatever.
like the Sunday. I was like, "What the fuck?" Obviously, us on the Friday because we're
Champions.
champions.
I didn't get that though because a few years ago Arsenal played against Brentford on the first game of the season on the Friday night. The first time Brentford got promoted.
I don't know. Was
Ah,
City busy?
could have been. It could have been something to do with the Community Shield if it was bad timing, post COVID, something like that, maybe.
So we got that to win as well.
Thinking back to Champions
Wait,
League.
who are we against? Palace. No, Newcastle. Palace.
We're
We're against Palace in the Community Shield.
Oh yeah, we are. I didn't even think about that. When's that?
August normally, isn't it?
Yeah, it was the weekend before it starts, so we'll have one weekend less, I guess. Think back to how Champions League falls into the fixture list as well. So looking into April and March, and obviously games get postponed, games get sort of rescheduled and whatnot. But we don't play a top six team, and that's either the classic top six or last year's top six in March or April, which is quarters,
Crunch time.
semis, 16, getting closer. So hopefully nothing gets rescheduled for
If
them.
we get eyes up, we've won it by March anyway.
God, stop. It's not a discussion. But yeah, how confident do you feel considering we have the hardest
I've
opening 10
never
games?
been. This is the first time we're going into a Prem season as favourites.
Is that not a big fall from, like, big chance to fall, big risk?
Yeah, but we're not.
Cool.
I've never been this more confident. I know we're probably going to lose it now, but I've never been more confident in this team.
What, regardless of the rest of the signings?
Yeah.
So, literally, we're done with Verts and that's it.
If we only got Verts and Kirkes,
Hmm.
we'd still win.
Do you think?
100%. We wouldn't be getting rid of
I
the
would be a lot more concerned with the midfield legs, just in general. Still, because we haven't done anything there.
We just won the Prem,
Exactly.
and we're not changing.
And Grav
And
was
we're
nearly killed.
on rotation, like we've already gone over.
Yeah, I get
He
it.
will be rotated and badge there.
Well, Maka picked up an injury. Oh, badge, fine, but if he's liked,
Endo's still there.
yeah,
As I said,
I still think we need a six. I think
the only six we should be after is Wharton. No one else improves it.
that's fine, but it still needs a six.
No one else
I
improves
think
us.
Grav needs a second, so then you
But
have
I'd rather get
two
Isaac
third
than
positions.
Wharton.
Yeah, but I'd rather get both.
Well, yeah, but that's going to be 200 and
Okay.
extra mil.
I saw a theory that the currently FSG are holding out against the Red Sox because um basically there's another team that's dominating at the minute, and there's no point in spending big because of how many years they've been dominating. And apparently, someone said you can draw on that analogy to Liverpool in that City drop off and they suddenly go and blow 300 mil.
Well, Pep's only got another 1-2 years, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Well. So if we go and do
City
it now,
dominance is potentially gone. It's time to capitalise, and now they're spending 150 million players in one window, potentially 300 million players.
yeah.
Very exciting times. Anything else you want to say about the fixture list in general? One of the most notable things was that there was no Boxing Day fixture yet because they have to allow for a certain amount of rest. The Boxing Day fixtures haven't been scheduled, so they're scheduled.
Isn't that normally?
They're scheduled for the 27th rather than the 26th, and they've said not scheduled it for the 26th this year until they have like TV rights, and then when they've decided which which matches will be televised, they'll be moved.
I still think they should just do a stream service.
In what way?
Every game streamed. Everyone pays £20 a month, and you get every single game.
Will that lose them money? That's literally the only reason they wouldn't do it.
They lose Sky money, lose BT money.
Yeah, So if BT and Sky are paying the same amount for half the number of games.
No, I'm saying Premier League direct.
Oh, you're saying it would lose Sky and BT money? Sorry, I thought you meant as in, say everyone paying the Premier League 20 quid.
Yeah.
Arguably the revenue would get higher, but what if Sky are equivalently paying them 50 quid per person?
Equivalently, then fair enough.
Yeah, I think that will be the reason why. The amount that BT and Sky fight over and even Prime now, everyone fights over the games they get to buy. I reckon the price per person watching
How many people
was a
share
lot
that?
higher. Yeah, too many, and not too many because it was right.
And that's all you have to do.
But a lot many, and then
Say one per household.
at what?
Do exactly what Netflix have done.
What, 20 quid?
Yeah, 20 quid, one per household. You can't use it outside.
Yeah, I'm not against it, and I completely agree. I'd rather have all of them streamed and also like be
3
able to
o'clock
watch
games.
back sort of thing as well.
That's old fashioned now.
What is?
We're going on with technology, but not to televise 3 o'clock games.
Yeah, I get.
I understand the
I get
point.
the reason. I get the reason.
I do get the reason, but it. How many people are actually affected by that? How many people actually go to a game?
And like the thing for
Because
me,
the big games are never scheduled for then anyway.
and the thing for me is, if you're going to 3 o'clock games to support your local, you're going to 3 o'clock games to support
Yeah,
your local,
no
regardless
matter
who
what.
the other teams are.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. 1,000%.
The only time you maybe wouldn't is if your other team in the Prem is on against like rivals,
Yeah, which, like you say,
but it wouldn't be on the 3 o'clock game.
it's never scheduled for the 3 o'clock. No, I completely agree. The last thing to say is Liverpool start the season at Anfield and end the season at Anfield.
Do you see who we're against?
Last season,
No,
last season, Brentford. Yeah.
Kelleher.
He's going to let in loads of goals so we win it.
What? He's going to end the season at Anfield. He gets to
Hang on,
celebrate with us as well.
also that's true. I mean, that would be goals. Is that why someone said Kelleher celebrating the season like Cisse did? Was it Cisse? Yeah, Cisse did with Nasri when City won it when he was at QPR.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, there's like he's in QPR kit celebrating with Nasri, going absolutely mad. I get that now. Didn't really understand it at first. Right, we'll move on then. Are you ready for controversial questions? There's quite a few of them. I might skip some. I might go through every
We
single
got
one.
time.
We got time?
It's only 30 minutes.
So quick answers, and then you can
Probably
explain
less than that.
some of them. You ready? All right. So I have 19 questions.
19, Jesus Christ, okay.
I haven't read through them again, so they might be absolutely rubbish. But we're going to go for it. Top 3 Premier League winners of all time.
As in teams.
Premier League wingers.
Wow, wingers.
Winger.
Salah, top.
Yes.
Ronaldo.
Okay.
And Mane.
Oh, damn. Straight in with Manny. Most overrated player in the Premier League. I'll let you choose
What now or history?
now or history. Or do both if you want, but start now. Overrated.
Start now.
Yeah.
Overrated. Mm.
Go on. Say it. Say the
I
thing.
want
Say
Declan Rice.
who?
Declan Rice.
Wow, not who I was going to say. Okay.
Who are you going to say?
Palmer?
He is overrated.
Like, he's amazing and incredible footballer, but Gary Neville's overratedness of him playing when he played against us.
I'm only saying overrated because he's getting Ballon d'Or shots because he scored 2 free kicks in the game.
Oh, like relative, it's overrated then. Who was the other person I was going to say? It was along a similar vein of like in that realm of being shouted out for being good sometimes. Oh, Foden, I think. But
yeah, Foden.
He was probably
Foden is overrated.
He was probably rated.
But he had a bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he got overrated this year. But most Oh wait, do you want to go history?
History's a hard one because that's a lot of fucking players to think about.
First person that comes to your head. 5, 4, 3, 2. Wow, that's deep. Can't wait to come back to that one. Most underrated then. So now
Storage.
Oh, that's history.
No, history.
That's fine. I don't mind that either. That's a great show. And then now, trying to like reel through the players.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through teams really fast in my head, and it's not working.
Yeah, like probably none of the Arsenal because they're all rated.
They're already overrated. Yeah.
City, I don't think anyone's underrated in City.
No.
Chelsea, none of those lot. I don't think. Brighton, you could argue a couple of the Brighton players could come in there, like a Marsh. He's gone there, I think.
Yeah, but even then they get recognition. Like Matoma gets recognition.
Mbeumo.
No, he gets recognition, doesn't he?
Is there anyone
So underrated now.
who doesn't get recognition for how good they are? I would.
Brennan Johnson.
Oh, don't mind that shot either.
I think for Spurs, I think he's been, because he got abused one week as well, didn't he? He had to deactivate and everything, and I think he's a good player.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take him.
Yeah, I would as well.
Squad rotation, but I'd take him.
Yeah, squad rotation. 100%.
Which of the 3 promoted teams have the best chance of doing a Leicester?
What, staying up?
No, 15-16 Leicester winning it. You got Burnley, Leicester, and Leeds. No, Burnley, Sunderland, and Leeds.
Beat Leeds.
Leeds.
I'm a bit gutted that Milner didn't go back.
What do you mean? Oh, 2 Leeds to get the.
Oh no, he's done another extension at
Yeah,
Brighton, so
right.
he's going to get it. But I would love him to get it at Leeds,
It still might happen.
and also because United hate Leeds so much.
What does that mean to United? Oh, just because it.
Huh?
No, United don't hold the record.
No, United hate your Leeds.
Yeah, fine. So
That's what I'm saying.
it was just a relative thing.
Yeah,
Fine. I have another overrated, underrated. Top 3 overrated players in world football.
World football.
Yeah.
Class.
Too
Vinny.
big? Too big?
Vinny.
Oh, Vinny, overrated?
Yeah.
Oh, go on. Next. I feel like you're just going to rank Real Madrid players now. But...
No. Trent.
Oh, come on now. I'm not going to put it down. I know that's literally the definition of bait.
Overrated. I should have said this one before. I think Saliba's overrated.
It feels like a whole lot of
I
bait.
think Saliba's similar to Kanati, where we left Van Dijk out and Kanati played and he had a better game.
Fair.
And I think Saliba's the same with Gabriel. He made so many more mistakes when Gabriel
He
wasn't there.
needed the leader next to him to
The
be
older,
able
more
to do
experienced.
his same
Yeah.
thing. Do you want to go underrated or have you got another overrated?
Overrated.
Globally. Dembele?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
I'll get in the bin. I'm not even going to write it, even though.
No, Dembele's been played well this year. We're doing it on this year.
Rafinha?
Oh, I was about to say Yamal. Stats
No.
wise, but I can't. I like Yamal.
Yeah,
I just
him.
It's the hype. It like really annoys me.
I know who I'll put there. I'll put Gula there. I do not rate him at all.
Yeah, but he's hardly played.
He's young.
Put Gula there
Oh, go on then. How did you do that?
because
He's
he
not a
had
good
beef
player.
with Shoba.
Yeah, exactly. Underrated players globally. If you want to skip, we can because it's basically the same question. But
Underrated players.
I want to do like a Camavinga because even though he's rated, I think he
Yeah.
does so much for that team without. He's one that doesn't get the
Nuno
recognition.
Mendes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I literally think if Salah does, I would stick by it. If Salah doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, Nuno Mendes should win it.
I don't
No
mind.
other attacker has been better than Salah, so you can put him there. And if you're doing it for other reasons, Nuno Mendes is the reason they won those competitions.
I don't mind it at all. Don't mind it at all. One I always throw in this because I think he's rated, but I don't think people rate him enough. Is Lautaro Martinez?
Yeah,
Like
that's a good shout.
everyone says he's good, but he's like amazing whenever he's had to step up, sort of thing.
Barella, similar.
Fair.
Just trying to think of others. What in the Prem?
Obviously, you've already done Prem. So.
Yeah, that's not okay.
If you could have one manager in history to have managed Liverpool, who?
What?
It's a hard question, but I think of some of the greats that aren't ex-Liverpool managers. So you could argue like a
Pep.
Zidane, a Pep, Ancelotti, Mourinho.
I wouldn't want that. Mourinho, Wenger. I do like
Wenger.
Wenger as a
Yeah,
person.
I like Wenger.
I like Mourinho though, but like it's just his being at United is.
Well, for me,
This is the issue.
Mourinho as a manager isn't the type of football I want to watch.
Literally that as well.
Wenger probably is.
So to be fair, Pep as well.
Pep
You can't go against Pep, can you?
No. Pep?
Yeah.
Fine. Top country, no, top team per country.
Liverpool. Barca. What, as in top as
Yeah,
in...
you're doing it right. That's fine.
As in best.
Yeah.
PSG, Bayern. And as in currently. I'm just going to be going saying the winners of each league then, aren't I?
Well, whatever you see it as. I'm
But I
just
don't
saying
understand that question.
the best team.
Whatever. This is what I'm saying. You need to specify. I'm
sure.
just going to say the league winners.
Yeah, ever.
Ever. AC Milan for
That's it.
that's it.
No change.
Yeah.
Fair. I mean, that is.
That's why I got to the last one because that's the only one that depends on because they aren't as good at it.
Yeah, that's fair. If you had to, what football rule would you improve? No,
I
remove.
should probably
sorry,
change
remove.
Barca for Real, but I don't like them, so I'm going to keep it.
That's fine.
Carry
What football rule would you remove?
Would I remove?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a tricky question.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like
trying to
you could have
think
like
of
VAR, you could have
No,
how the handball.
controversial. I like VAR.
Yeah, we'll get onto that one. We get onto the handball rule, stuff like that. Last man on goal, don't know, goal scoring opportunity, red card, or double jeopardy, not getting red cards, wasting time, you only get a booking.
Be interesting if you got to pick the team that committed foul picked whether it's a red card or a pen. That'd be interesting.
So that might be. So I said, what's a new rule you would add as well?
That could be an interesting one.
So you pick the team that get the foul can say we want the penalty or we want him sent off.
Yeah.
So
But then 92nd minute, you're taking the red card.
in the 92nd minute.
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, instead of a penalty, it depends if you're losing. If you're drawing, you give away a penalty.
You're saying the
choosing-
foul person. I don't think you should give the benefit to the person who.
So, yeah, that's what I first said. But now the other team say it. Yeah.
So I'm thinking second minute.
That's interesting.
Second minute against.
Captain has to decide there and then on the spot. Can't confer or anything. Just there. Go.
I would love for more of that stuff.
Yeah.
To be like testing the football intelligence of each person.
Yeah.
It's like who gets the penalty has to take it.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I like that. I like some of the different things that have been floated around time wasting.
The corner.
The speed of like
That was
taking
in the World Cup.
Wait, they're using it?
The Club World Cup is the first corner given after 8 seconds for a keeper holding the ball.
No way, they're actually doing it.
Corner given to the other team.
I rate it. I like it a lot.
And then that Welbeast whatever tried to say, some teams are screwed because of this coming in, and someone quote tweeted him, Arsenal with the most yellow cards for time waste.
Yeah, literally. The one rule that I've really liked the whole time, or not really liked, the one rule I've removed, or at least change, is the whole story around what's it like? Shielding the ball. Shielding the ball out of play as a defender.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate not playing the ball.
There should be a certain level where you can, though. I understand that.
That's a grey area for me. So I don't think you should be able to shield the ball. I think you should play the ball every single time.
I don't like that. I don't agree with that.
Where do you draw the line? Because that's fine. Just
I don't know. I don't think you can agree with that.
Because like some people shield it from like the 18-yard box all the way out. Do you agree with that? I don't want to say 18. I mean,
as you said, it's grey area, so you can put a rule in on that, and you need to have that in the game. Like
anywhere else,
playing football, you cannot not shield the ball anywhere. Because at what point do you?
Fine.
Again, grey area.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but how are you going to judge that?
Very clearly, when the ball rolls out for a corner and you're not shielding the ball to protect the ball. Like, there's a difference between shielding the ball to keep control.
You can't put rules over shielding the ball.
Yeah, okay.
Playing
the way I phrased
have you never done it?
Really bad. No, I've literally
never done it.
For like the length of time I'm talking about.
No, yeah, but I understand what you mean by the length of time. But
so then you agree with me?
Yeah, it should be obstruction anyway. That is a rule.
That's exactly what
that is a rule.
So that is the rule that needs changing.
It doesn't need changing. It needs implementing. It needs to be. It is in play. Yeah. Obstruction is a real thing. Exactly. They just don't follow it.
Exactly.
So it doesn't need to be added because it's already there.
But it's not because it never, ever gets pulled for that.
It doesn't.
So it needs to be changed.
Well, fouls and silent.
Yeah,
like anything. Exactly. You can go on anything.
And things like that need to be.
I know because everyone else gets them. It's just silent.
Fine, but coming back to obstruction, I genuinely feel that's a really shit part of the game. because that's
Yeah,
like a
but
moment
this
of
is
jeopardy.
but
That's an area where
there's no
it's
point in going
so.
over this because I'm agreeing with you. It's in the game already. They just refs aren't pulling up for it. So how would you change that?
Yeah, refs are never pulling up for it, so you
No.
have to change it. That's like saying refs don't pull up for handballs when some of them are
But how
handballs.
would you change it?
I don't know if it's you can't shield for 5 seconds.
You're not meant to obstruct them anyway.
Yeah, I know, but having a definite is that an obstruction? You in the same way as holding the ball for 8 seconds as a corner. If you obstruct in a certain way and you're not playing the ball,
If you don't touch the ball for 5 seconds.
yeah, and I mean you're very obviously like shielding it,
Yeah.
and you don't touch the ball for 5 seconds. The other one I really want to just players to wise up to, but everyone to wise up to is the whole touching a defender on the back and then falling over. It's one of my biggest pet peeves in football is the whole
Yeah, but
soft foul.
it gets subjective, doesn't it?
I get it. I get that as well.
And
I
it
just
only
I
goes
just
to
want
VAR if it's
everyone.
red or a pen.
I just want everyone to wide up to it. I want everyone to stop it
But it's
and
not
let
gonna, is it?
players just not get it
That's
so
not.
they don't go down.
That's not gonna happen.
Do you know what I think? I feel like there could be a way you could do it
How?
just by letting it go every single time. Players will not fall down.
Well, yeah, but
There's a difference. There's a very clear difference between getting punched in the back of the head and getting
oh
touched.
yeah.
So there can be a bit of subjectivity.
I'm just saying that's not gonna happen.
No, that's fine, but I can ask for the thing. It doesn't mean it's not a good idea. So you've already kind of said VAR has a place in football.
It does. It's just a human's fucking human error. That's all it
So
is.
how would you fix it?
Get better refs,
Legit?
officials.
Like,
Yeah.
so for example, in VAR room, would you put football players there?
No,
Is there a
they just
solution
need
to
to
fix it?
train more. They just need to like. It's better now we're hearing audios of them, but they can still edit that. It should be live audio. They should do what they do with rugby and like have it live,
Hmm.
where you can hear them, not give them a chance to fucking edit anything out.
That's fine.
That's what I
Would
don't
that
like.
change it?
Yeah,
Because the idea there is they're editing out because they know they've done wrong. Obviously, after the fact.
but they're not there in the stadium. They're not like under pressure in that
How
moment.
will that impact the live result?
What as in?
They still make the mistake, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but they're going to be more attentive if they know that
They
their
can.
voice is being heard for across millions in that moment.
Fair. That's fair. Then semi-automated offsides.
Oh, that's best. I don't get how you can complain about them.
Would you semi-automate any other type of ball leaving the pitch? Throw-ins, corners?
I don't think you can.
No. I know, obviously goal lines are things. So
Yeah, goal line's the thing because it's gone in the goal. Whereas going out for a corner, like, how do you know who's come off then? It's still making that decision, isn't it?
oh yeah, but
Do you know what I mean?
oh, I see what you mean. I more mean the controversial ones where has it gone out? Hasn't
But
it?
then are you having a ref?
Yeah.
They beep every single time he goes out of play.
Yeah.
His wrist is going to be bloody red sore by the end of the game.
That's fair. That's fair. So related to some of what we've spoken about, specifically the 8 second corner rule that's been implemented.
Yeah.
How would you make there be more football played?
Yeah. Like that.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anything else you
100%.
can think of that you would increase the amount of time the ball's in play for?
Well, they've started adding on the right amount of minutes so people can
So a combination
wait,
of the
waste time because it's getting added. Whereas before it wasn't getting added.
no, and I feel like
I think
that's
that was
still
an
a
issue.
bit ropey in how
Yeah,
often it's added.
100%.
But
They need to be more strict on if you go down and receive treatment, you need to get off the pitch. I don't think they're always strict with that.
no, because they're like, I can't move, I'm injured. What do you mean? It's just like, well, everyone knows you're not, but
Yeah.
fine. Not Liverpool. Who has the best fans in the world?
Dortmund.
Nice. Yeah, Liverpool. One football chant you wish Liverpool had. Quite an interesting one, and a hard one. I literally have just the I want to say it's the Napoli Ultras, the song they sing.
I don't actually have one for that.
Don't have one. There. First player that comes to mind when I say the word clutch.
Origi.
Fair. I don't know why I expected you to say Gerrard, but who or what team is the biggest bottler in football?
Arsenal.
Who is the next Premier League breakout star?
But
I already wrote that. And name one transfer you still don't understand.
what to do with Liverpool?
Sure. Anyone that comes to mind, but Liverpool's fine.
What, as in us buying?
Yeah. Be like, never understood that. Was shit. They left.
Well, there's so many. Markovic? What the fuck was that signing?
Didn't he get injured straight away, though? I feel like he had promise and then he got injured.
He was probably, then, yeah, I don't know. Joe Cole? That was
That's a
baffling.
That's a really weird one. Would you argue like a Naby, or did that have
No, that was just bad.
foundation sort of thing?
That foundation. If he wasn't injury prone.
Kabak
Yeah, it was weird. Like we didn't actually
Arta?
go after a signing,
Obviously, Arta's not signing; it's a loan. But
as in like the Kabap and Phillips bit.
hmm.
I don't understand why we didn't. Davies, it was Ben Davies that year.
Yeah,
I don't know why we didn't go and buy a proper centre back instead of getting those two.
makeshift sort of thing, and then not playing. Well, Kabak played better, but Phillips didn't. Um, then you could argue things like Lambert when
I
he
was going to
came.
say Lambert. Balotelli.
Yeah, Balotelli was a bit of a weird one. I think I heard of that same podcast with the stats man, where Balotelli was the biggest outlier in football of stats, price, all of those things, and the only thing he fell down on was the attitude thing. But they took a risk just because of how good he was, sort of thing. Cool. Well, that was my list. Is there anyone there you want to elaborate? You got Salah, Ronaldo, Mane for top 3 Premier
Well, it's
League
either Manu or
winners.
Hazard, but
All right, you throw Hazard in there as well. You got the most overrated in the league is Rice, and you mentioned because the free kick thing, or Vidic.
yeah, I think this year, as in Rice this year, is just because he's getting Ballon d'Or shouts. Arsenal haven't won anything. He had 2 free kicks in the game, and that's it. And that apparently that warrants Ballon d'Or shouts. But how can Arsenal fans argue that he should be getting Ballon d'Or when Salah's done what he's done this year? But he shouldn't get it.
And one things.
Literally.
Johnson and Sturridge both as underrated. I completely agree with, so I don't really need to say much there. Vinny Saliba Gula as most overrated players in football.
Vinny is 100% overrated.
You think?
Yeah, 100%.
Like when he's on form, do you not think he's rated, for example?
Yeah, when he's on form. That's an inconsistent player. So that means he's overrated.
Overrated. Fair.
Form is temporary, class is permanent.
Speaking facts right there. I don't think anything else you said was that controversial. Biggest bottler in football.
The bridesmaids.
The bridesmaids. That's the new nickname. Yeah, nice. Don't know if we'll get a couple of snippets out of that or not for TikTok. You're pretty blunt with your replies and your analysis there, but we'll see if we can get a few out.
Do you want me to elaborate on one?
Go on.
Vidic is overrated.
Go on then.
You put him in this day and age, he collapses, he crumbles. He's not going to survive. He's not a top 4 centre back in this time.
Do you think?
But Ferdinand is. Ferdinand will be able to keep up this game. Vidic, he'd fail.
Is it because more and more players are dynamic like Torres was, which tore him apart?
And it's just the playing style now as well.
It's no longer brute. And
on the other side of the thing, put Virgil back there. He dominates.
Do you think?
Yeah, 100%. He's got the speed, the tackling, everything.
Aerial.
But putting him in here, he's got the. I think Terry would be better, but still not as good. He'd be better than Vidic, but still not. I think he'd be overrated who is now. But Ferdinand is the only defender back then that I'm like, you'd be able to keep up with this game.
You mean only centre back of the named ones that get?
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying only.
I think of the likes of like
Maldini and stuff. Yeah. Like,
Ashley Cole, for example.
Yeah, left back,
top tier sort of thing.
Best left back the Prem's ever had. Yeah. I'll immediately say that.
Yeah.
Robbo is second.
Also, completely. Yeah. I saw someone say if Robbo does leave, is he leaving as a Liverpool legend? And someone went, I'll go further and say he's arguably the best left back we've ever had.
Yeah, he is.
Automatically makes him a Liverpool legend.
Yeah.
But
obviously, as much as I've seen.
Yeah, of course. That's kind of the caveat that's always there. But nice.
I think that's the issue, not issue. The thing that I'm noticing more and more now. So more people, obviously, new people coming to Twitter and they're talking about like this generation, not realizing how good. Like, someone said,
"Oh, the whole Pogba thing." He's like, "Oh, sorry, I wasn't familiar with how good Torre was." I'm like, "That's only 10 years ago."
Yeah, literally. That's what I'm saying.
Like, well, less than 10 years ago, but because he was
class.
You could argue he was rated, and he was rated highly, and he still.
If you told me at that time, pick one player, it'd be him.
He may still have been underrated.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's how good he
was. Comparing it to others,
1,000%.
I do agree with that.
So moment of the week, obviously, our best submission from the committed person that is Sammy O'Mane, Florian Friday. I don't know if he means this Friday or last Friday when it
Both.
got announced. I'm going to go for both, and I really appreciate that, Sammy. What's yours?
Yeah,
I
it's gotta be
didn't
Florian
actually
Friday, isn't it?
pick one yet. I don't think.
That's what it can be.
Do you think?
Yeah, what else is it
Anything
going to be?
else? Anything else happen? Frimpong's I like Frimpong's tweet of anyone got any recommendations in Japan for anime or food? I feel like he's just gonna get on with Kanai like house.
Yeah, it is a bit interesting.
Bit interesting.
Yeah.
Why?
Kanati's not going to be here anyway.
Oh. Well, that's not the moment of the week at all. Yeah.
I don't know if he renews or not.
I would probably say all of the continued links with players that are very exciting, like Isaac, for example. And it sounds like
You've been playing it down. You've been telling me not to get excited, basically.
no. I'm just saying, stop saying we're going to win the league before the 20th game of the season.
We are.
We're not. We're winning on the 21st. No,
Because it is the 21st.
I'm hopeful for us next year, but
As I said, we are favourites.
I'm the type to say
we're
we're not going to win it until we're winning it.
I'm the type to predict it.
We're winning quadruple
right.
now. You've been right twice.
3 times.
Twice? What's the third?
Liverpool won it. Salah got golden boot. Salah got playmaker.
I mean, when Liverpool win the league. Like, since you've been alive, you've only been right twice.
Yeah, I'm on about predicting.
Soon to be a hat
from the pod.
Fine. I mean, that is fair. That's fair.
Well, I've had to predict properly.
Oh, get off it. As if your predictions change because you're all of a sudden on the pod.
Yeah.
No, rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Right, anyway, I'm going to end it there. Thank you for listening to the latest episode of the Dub Session podcast. Season 2, Episode 2. That's right? Great.
No.
Playlist 2, Episode 2?
Yeah, this is going on off-season.
Off-season? That doesn't roll. Off-season 2, Episode 2.
Off-season 1?
Off-season 1. That's not a selector.
Because it's not season 2, is it?
It's not a selector in the podcast systems. I can't choose off-season 1.
Click on YouTube.
What, you called it off-season?
I don't know what I've called it.
I mean, this is just great podcasting, as usual, to end. Yeah, that's great audio as well for all of the people. You have called it... Yeah, that's podcasts. Season. Off-season. Oh, what is that? Why have you got a picture of...
I don't know. That's all. I was trying to think of something.
Oh, is that just the...
That's the next one.
The Virgil one, though? That's just the...
That's just
him and off-season.
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, that's us winning the league.
I mean, I look at this all the time. I always look at 1,000 subscribers.
1,039 subscribers.
Yeah. You're going to have a lot of bait clips put on shorts from this.
Oh, God.
Yeah, anyway, thank you for listening. If you have liked our rambles and bad takes and fixture discussions and debates and arguments,
we never argue. I don't know what you're talking about.
Never argue. Just leave a like, rating, subscribe, share the pod with family or friends, anyone that might want to listen to two idiots ramble on for an hour. Yeah, and we'll appreciate any feedback you want to give us. Make sure you're following him on social at dubs_LFC. Is that an explosion? It is now. It's going to be your title and then an explosion. Perfect. Sorry. Yeah, anyway. Keep in touch on socials and we'll keep trying to put it more out on other channels now as well. TikTok, Instagram. I'm engaged. We're going to do this. You are going to become 1,039 subscribers. But yeah, I've been James.
I've been Ben.
And you've been listening to the Dub Sessions podcast. You'll never walk alone. See you directly.
See you directly.